were in the midst of our NSD meeting out there, and this great, wonderful human being, Santo Ribaudo, at the height, so many things happen in life that just don't seem fair. A guy that came from the wrong side of the tracks, just had never made it big, wanted to be somebody with an intensity that's unbelievable. All of a sudden he finds his dream, he goes out there and sucks it up, begins to cash flow $75,000, $80,000 a dadgum month. He and his family worth millions now, doing so happy. I mean, you talk about loving A.L. Williams. It represents A.L. Williams, and ain't nobody better. He's the perfect leader. All of a sudden, at the height of his career, in the middle of our NSD meeting, he doubles up in the lobby of the hotel there, and they rush him to the hospital, and I go out there about 5 or 6 hours later, and I could look in the doctor's eyes and tell that there was something bad. I go over and spend a minute with Santo privately, and I hug him and tell him I love him. He tells me he loves me. And I leave there and say, Santo, you ain't no pansy, are you? Santo could hardly talk. He says, "Oh, I ain't no pansy." With so much pain, you couldn't believe it. Angela and I left and came back to Atlanta. 2 days later, I get a call at 12 o'clock one night, and they'd called Santo's family out there. And the doctor said, Art, I don't think Santo's going to make it out of the operating room. They take him in the operating room to basically pronounce him dead. He survives. Continues to hang every day, total pain, hang in there for another 10 days or 2 weeks. Not getting any better. Bev and the family get together and say, well, this is incredible. Every day, the RVPs in Michigan. You want to know why A.L. Williams is special? So I guarantee there's some special guests here that thought all that probably was a pile of crap. When you get band and chorus up there and all that crap we do at A.L. Williams, you know, all that love that we do, and they say that ain't the way it's supposed to be in big corporate America. You're supposed to be proud and dignified and Santo says, I want to be around my family. He's out there in Eisenhower Hospital for 2 weeks, about to die. Almost every day, somebody from their organization gets on a plane and flies from Detroit, Michigan to Palm Springs, Arizona, just to walk in there and hold his hand, tell him he loves him. That's what A.L. Williams is all about. 2 weeks later, it looked bad. Santo and Bev get together and say, well, I got to go home. I ain't getting no better out here. So we put him on an ambulance airplane. We sent our plane out there to put the family on it. Flying back to Detroit. Bev didn't tell me this till he got better. Scared me to death. Had 5 doctors meet him at the hospital when he got off the plane. They said, Santo won't last 2 days. Angela and I'd call every day or every other day. We'd talk to Bev or Lisa or Santo. The doctor's in there trying to pronounce him dead. And for 2 months, every time I'd talk to Santo, he said, I'm going to be in New Orleans. There was more than 2 or 3 times the doctors didn't give him a chance to get out. You think attitude ain't everything? Bo and I flew up there 2 weeks ago to see him when he got better. I went in there. Santo was walking around, came up and hugged me, kissed me, and he said, Art, I ain't no pansy. Hey, listen. Hey, hold up. He said, Art, I ain't no pansy. I'm going to be in New Orleans. I start to leave, and Bev walks outside with us, and I said, Bev, ain't no way. She says, ain't no way. Said, I'm worried to death. Art said, that'd kill him to make that trip, New Orleans. He said, Bill says, Art, you got to talk to him. He won't listen to nobody else but you. So I tell him, he says, Art, I'm going to be in New Orleans. He goes to the doctor 3 days ago. I call him. He says, Art, the doctor gave me an okay. Got a great report from the doctor. Said his problem in one lung is clearing up. But the guy's on the way back. Don't clap on this, but I mean, he's still got a battle. It's still dangerous, but he's on the way back. He's going to make it. I believe he's going to make it. And listen. He's getting good reports from the doctor, and they call the other doctor. He's got to get 2 okays to be in New Orleans. He calls the other doctor, and Bev gives him a report, and they say, well, darn, if he's getting as good as that, you know, we'll let him go. 3:30 yesterday, he goes to the other doctor, and the other doctor says, okay, you can go. I see Santo just a few minutes before the band chorus starts off, and he hugs me. He says, Art, I ain't no pansy. He said, hey, he says, Art, true story. He said, I'd have been at New Orleans. I don't give a damn what the doctor said. So I want to do something. Angie, let's walk down here. He can't walk up these steps here. But I want to do something. Santo and Belle, if you can walk up here, please. I want to do something that we normally do when we have something real special happen in this company. I believe, Bev and Santo, that this is the most special moment I've known in my 19 years in the business. I believe A.O. Williams, we knew when y'all left and came to New Orleans, folks, you ain't going to recognize it after tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock. We got a chance to become a historic company. Greatest thing we got going for us are not our products and the pools and the administration and all that stuff. It's Santo Ribaudo, Belle Ribaudo, their people, and hundreds like them all across the United States. This most special moment I've known in my career, and I'm going to dedicate the New Orleans RVP meeting to one of the most courageous folks I've ever known in my life. And this says Santo, most courageous, to Santo and Belle Ribaudo. And on here it says, I ain't no pansy. Congratulations, Santo.